Hey everyone, and welcome back to Talk Takers.
Back at it again.
It's today we're going to be diving into Confluent's Q4 and full fiscal year 2024 earnings call.
Yeah, their fiscal year just racked up.
Yep,
And
they had a very impressive year. It seems like.
Yeah,
Really, the data streaming market is heating up.
it is, and they're really exceeding expectations too.
Yeah,
Across the board.
they crushed it, right? Like their subscription revenue was up 24% to $250.6 million,
Yeah, that's huge.
and then Confluent Cloud was up even more, 38% to $137.9 million.
And what's really interesting is even looking beyond just the top line growth, they're seeing a lot of strength on their profitability side too.
Absolutely.
They achieved a 5% non-GAAP operating margin for the third consecutive quarter.
That's super impressive.
Yeah, it really is. And it shows that, they're not just growing for the sake of growing. They're actually
Right.
focused on building a sustainable business.
Yeah. And then on top of that, they also make some really interesting strategic moves to kind of strengthen their position in the market,
Right.
especially this partnership expansion with Databricks.
Yeah. So what is that exactly?
Well, it's combining Confluent's real-time data streaming with Databricks Data Intelligence Platform.
Okay, so what does that actually mean for companies though? Like, what are they going to be able to do with this?
It unlocks the power of real-time data for AI-driven decision-making.
Oh, wow.
And it's like eliminating the data silos, right? And it's creating a single source of truth for real-time data.
Wow, that's a mouthful, but it sounds really impressive.
It is. And then the partnership goes beyond just connecting the platforms. There's
Okay.
bidirectional integration between Confluence Tableflow and Databricks Delta Lake and Unity Catalog.
Tableflow.
Yeah, what is Tableflow?
I don't know. Tell me.
Well, it's like imagine your data streams, but transformed into continuously updating tables
Okay.
in your cloud storage
Oh, wow.
using open standards like Apache Iceberg and Delta Lake.
So they're using these open standards so that it works with all different kinds of platforms and tools.
Exactly. And it bridges the gap between operational and analytical systems, making real-time data easily accessible.
It's like a live feed of your data constantly being updated across all these different systems.
Exactly. And they actually shared an example of a digital native customer in the US that was using Tableflow to make their ground transportation bookings and operations work better.
Oh, cool.
And they saw real-time insights, and they were able to reduce their data processing costs significantly.
So it's not just like a cool concept, it's actually delivering real results.
Right. And this example really illustrates kind of Confluent's broader vision of becoming a complete data streaming platform.
Right. It's not just about moving data, it's about making it understandable and actionable.
In real time.
Yeah.
And it seems like their customers are really buying into this vision because their Confluent Cloud DSP, which is their data streaming platform,
Okay.
it's gaining serious momentum.
Yeah. Their DSP momentum is definitely something to watch.
It really is.
Connect, Process, and Govern now make up about 13% of their cloud business, and that segment is growing way faster than their overall cloud revenue.
Wow. That's a strong indicator that customers are really seeing the value in taking a more holistic approach to this, right?
Right, and they want a platform that can handle the entire life cycle of their data, not just point solutions.
Exactly. Ingestion to processing to governance.
We want it all in one place.
Yeah. And it's not just about being comprehensive. It's about delivering real value to their customers, right? Like they really emphasized how their platform helps customers solve their toughest data challenges, reduce complexity,
Right.
and achieve a substantial return on their investment.
Yeah, they're not just selling technology. They're selling solutions to problems.
Exactly. And to back that up, they have a pretty impressive lineup of customer success stories.
Yeah.
We're talking big names like Zazzle,
Okay.
who used Confluent's Apache Flink, offering to streamline their clickstream data pipeline. And that's really a perfect example of how they're helping companies deliver more personalized customer experiences while also, achieving cost savings.
Yeah.
They optimize their clickstream data pipeline to give them these real-time insights,
Okay.
better product recommendations.
Leading to more revenue.
Exactly, a win-win for everybody.
Yeah.
But it's not just e-commerce. They're making waves in other industries too.
Oh, yeah? Like what?
Like that European grocery delivery service that use Apache Flink to perfect their real-time order management system.
Grocery delivery, that's a tough one.
It is. It's very complex.
Some moving pieces.
Managing thousands of products, coordinating deliveries, and ensuring those on-time arrivals.
It sounds chaotic.
It can be. But Confluent's bringing order to that chaos,
Oh, wow.
giving customers accurate delivery time estimates and improving the efficiency of the entire operation.
So they're making grocery delivery less of a headache?
Yes, exactly. And then we also have that Fortune Global 100 telecom customer that's streaming data from 70,000 cell towers, 70,000 across the U.S.
Wow.
to get these real-time insights into their network coverage and usage patterns to make sure that their network is running smoothly and efficiently, and even unlock new revenue streams.
Yeah, turning raw data from cell towers into actionable insights.
That's impressive.
It is. And then we also have Citizens Bank, which is a huge player in the financial world.
Yeah.
That actually ditched open source Kafka and embraced Confluent's DSP.
Okay. Why the switch?
Managing open source Kafka was a huge resource drain for them. They had a dedicated team of 20 employees just for maintenance.
20 people just to keep it running.
Yeah, and Confluent's DSP simplified everything.
Okay.
Allowed them to connect data from all these different sources, get those real-time insights into customer behavior, and reduce fraud.
So they're strengthening their security and their digital banking offerings?
All at the same time.
Nice.
Yep, and with all these success stories,
Yeah.
it's no surprise that Confluent is just dominating the Apache Kafka market. Yeah, they are the real-time backbone for over 150,000 organizations worldwide.
That's huge. But they're not resting on their laurels.
Right.
They're continuing to innovate and expand their offerings.
Like what?
Like their focus on freight clusters and their acquisition of WarpStream.
Okay, break those down for me.
So freight clusters are designed for these high-volume, cost-sensitive workloads.
Okay.
So like observability, analytics, security, IoT,
Lots of data.
lots of data.
Okay.
And WarpStream lets customers run Confluent in their own cloud environment.
Oh, wow.
So it gives them more control and flexibility.
I like that.
Yeah. And they even snagged a digital native customer that switched from Red Panda to WarpStream and saw a 10x cost savings.
10x?
10x.
Wow, that's a big selling point.
It is. They've got a solution for every need and budget.
Yeah, sounds like they're covering all their bases.
They are.
Yeah.
And their financials tell a pretty compelling story, too.
Okay, let's talk numbers. What are the financial highlights that caught your eye?
Well, first, their subscription revenue for the fiscal year 2024 grew 26% to $922.1 million.
Okay, healthy growth.
Yeah, and then their non-GAAP operating margin saw a significant improvement, landing at 2.9%.
Okay.
But I think the most exciting news is they achieved their first non-GAAP profitable year
Oh, wow.
with a free cash flow margin of 1%.
So they figured out how to grow rapidly, but also maintain profitability.
That's the dream.
That's the dream?
And then their customer acquisition and expansion metrics are also very noteworthy.
Okay, tell me more.
They ended the year with about 5,800 customers,
Okay.
which is almost double the number from the previous year.
That's remarkable.
It is, and they're really focused on those high-value customers.
Right, the ones that are going to spend a lot of money with them.
Exactly. Their customers with $100,000 or more in annual recurring revenue soared to 1,381,
Okay.
which is 24% of their total customer base.
Okay.
But here's the kicker. Those high-value customers generate 90% of their revenue.
Wow, so they're really focusing on the right customers.
Exactly. And their growth in customers with annual recurring revenue exceeding $1 million is even more impressive.
Okay, how many?
It reached 194 customers.
Wow, those are the whales.
Those are the whales.
That are really driving their growth.
Exactly. And it's not just about acquiring new customers. It's about retaining and expanding existing accounts.
Right, you got to keep those customers happy.
Exactly. Their net revenue retention rate is a healthy 117%,
Okay.
which means their customers are sticking around and they're spending more.
That's a good sign.
It's a testament to the value that they're delivering and the strength of their customer relationship.
Absolutely. And with a gross retention rate holding steady above 90%, they've built a solid foundation to achieve their growth targets.
They're firing on all cylinders.
They are.
They're growing their customer base, they're expanding within existing accounts,
Yep.
and maintaining these high retention rates.
What's not to love?
I don't know.
And as they look ahead to 2025, they're brimming with confidence.
So what's on the horizon for Confluent in 2025?
Well, their main objective is to capture even more of that Apache Kafka market and to make 2025 the year of their data streaming platform.
Okay.
So they're focused on expanding those DSP capabilities, empowering their sales team to sell BSP, and really forging those strategic partnerships and alliances.
Cut.
All of this is geared toward achieving sustainable and efficient growth.
And so what kind of financial performance are they anticipating in the coming year?
Well, they're projecting their subscription revenue to be between $1.117 billion and $1.121 billion,
Okay.
which translates to about a 21 to 22% growth rate.
That's a pretty bold prediction given all the economic uncertainty.
Right, but their strong performance in 2024, their expanding product portfolio, their strategic partnerships,
Yeah.
I think all contribute to that optimistic outlook.
Okay, and cloud revenue is clearly a major growth driver for them. What are their expectations there?
They're comfortable with the current consensus estimate for the fiscal year 2025, which suggests a growth rate exceeding 30%.
Wow.
Yeah, and they also anticipate that their cloud subscription revenue mix is going to increase by about 1 percentage point in the next quarter, reaching roughly 59 to 60% by the end of 2025.
Okay, so big focus on the cloud.
Absolutely.
And before we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
Okay.
let's talk free cash flow margin projections.
Oh, yeah, the money.
The money, so what are they expecting in terms of free cash flow?
Well, they anticipate a one-time negative impact of about 15 percentage points on their Q1 2025 free cash flow margin.
Okay.
But excluding that one-time adjustment, they're projecting an adjusted free cash flow margin of about 6% for the full fiscal year 2025.
So a temporary blip, but a solid long-term outlook.
Exactly.
Now, this brings us to one of my favorite parts of the show.
Oh, yeah.
Our This is not financial advice segment.
Let's cook up some speculative trade ideas.
Okay, so given Confluent's strong performance and their dominant position in the data streaming market, I'm thinking we go long.
Yeah.
Confluent ticker symbol CFLT.
Interesting. Okay.
And to make it a true trade, who are we shorting? I'm thinking we short a traditional data integration company because the data streaming market is growing so rapidly,
Okay.
and those legacy solutions are going to be left behind.
Makes sense.
Confluent is more agile, efficient,
Yeah.
and better suited for the real-time data needs of today's businesses.
Okay, so Confluent long, traditional data integration company, short.
You got it.
But remember, folks, this is purely hypothetical and for entertainment purposes only.
Absolutely.
This is not financial advice.
We're just having some fun here speculating on market trends.
Right. Welcome back to Talk Tickers, where we're breaking down Confluent's Q4 earnings call.
All right, so let's jump into that Q&A session where things got really interesting.
Yeah, the analysts were definitely eager to get more insights into Confluent's strategy and their take on the evolving data landscape.
One of the first questions that came up was about this whole buzz around Snowflake potentially acquiring Red Panda.
Oh, yeah, Red Panda, a competitor in the data streaming space.
Yeah, and it's no secret that the data world is consolidating, and partnerships are becoming more and more important.
Yeah.
So the analyst was kind of drawing a parallel to Confluent's expanded partnership with Databricks and asking how customers view Confluent's role in this dynamic ecosystem.
It's all about understanding where Confluent fits in as, these data platforms evolve and these partnerships emerge.
So where does Confluent fit in?
Well, Confluent CEO, Jay Krebs, he emphasized two key drivers that are shaping this whole evolution.
Okay.
First, the surge in AI applications that just crave real-time data.
Oh, yeah.
We're moving beyond just analyzing historical data.
Right.
These AI applications need data that's in sync with the real world to make decisions in the moment.
Makes sense. Real-time data is the fuel for these AI engines.
Exactly. And then the second driver is the rise of these open data formats like Apache Iceberg and Delta Lake.
Okay.
We're moving towards a more universal language for data, making it easily accessible and shareable across all these different platforms and tools.
And this is where Confluent's TableFlow offering comes in. It plays a crucial role in this whole data liberation movement.
TableFlow is more than just a cool name.
Right, it is. So remind me again, what is TableFlow?
So TableFlow takes those real-time data streams from Confluent and transforms them into continuously updating tables in cloud object storage,
Okay.
all thanks to those open data formats.
So it's like having a live feed of your data, always up to date and ready for analysis.
Exactly. And Krebs, he highlighted how their partnership with Databricks, specifically that integration with Delta Lake and Unity Catalog,
Right.
it unlocks the power of Confluence data for that entire Databricks ecosystem,
Okay.
including those real-time AI applications that we were just talking about.
So Confluent provides the real-time data fuel.
Yes.
Databricks provides the platform to process and analyze it.
Powerful combination.
Very powerful.
And Confluent envisions a future where data streaming unifies the worlds of operational and analytical systems, along with the emerging realm of AI.
So they're positioning themselves as the connective tissue in the data universe.
That's a bold ambition.
It is. And another analyst was curious about Confluent's decision to double down on their data streaming platform,
DSK.
BSP, particularly the inclusion of connect, process, and govern.
Okay.
And they wanted to understand why they're expanding beyond their core competency of Apache Kafka.
Yeah, why go beyond just moving data?
Why become this complete data platform company?
Correct.
What was their thinking?
So Krebs explained that their vision is much broader than just streaming data.
Okay.
They want to empower businesses to unlock the full potential of their data in real time.
Okay.
By incorporating connect, process, and govern into their DSP, they're offering a more comprehensive solution.
One platform that streamlines data integration, processing, and governance.
Exactly.
So it's about simplifying the complexities of managing data in real time.
And giving businesses a single solution to handle it all.
I like it. And the strategic move is already paying off.
How so?
DSP consumption is growing much faster than their overall cloud revenue.
So customers are embracing this holistic approach?
They're seeing the value. But that same analyst also wanted to understand, Confluent's optimism about 2025 being the year of DSP.
Right. What makes them so confident?
What makes them so confident?
Yeah.
So Krebs pointed to both qualitative and quantitative factors.
Okay.
On the qualitative side, there's a growing awareness and excitement around data streaming.
Yeah.
Businesses are recognizing the transformative power of real-time data.
They're moving beyond just talking about it.
Right.
And they're actively seeking out solutions that can handle, the full spectrum of real-time data capabilities.
So the demand is there.
It is.
But what about the quantitative evidence? How are they measuring this shift?
So they're tracking the adoption and usage patterns of their DSP components.
Okay.
And they're seeing a significant ramp up in consumption.
So it's not just a gut feeling, they have the data to back up their optimism.
They do.
Okay, good. And another analyst was really interested in Confluent's impressive growth in their $1 million plus ARR customer segment.
The big fish.
The big fish.
Yeah.
And they wanted to know, what's driving this success?
Yeah.
And whether customers are reaching this significant revenue milestone faster, especially with the introduction of their DSP platform.
It's the $1 million question, literally.
Literally.
So what's the secret sauce?
I don't know, you tell me.
Well, Krebs explained that they're focused on creating a seamless customer journey from that initial use case to becoming a company-wide data platform.
Okay.
That's key.
It's about building long-term relationships.
Becoming a trusted partner.
And the introduction of their DSP platform is a game changer in this regard.
It is.
But how is DSP specifically accelerating this growth?
Well, for starters, DSP simplifies data integration.
Okay.
It comes with these out-of-the-box connectors,
Huh.
eliminates the need for custom coding and these complex configurations.
So it's like plug-and-play data streaming.
Exactly.
Makes it easy for customers to get up and running quickly.
Yeah, and their Apache Flink offering
Yeah.
simplifies the development of those real-time applications, making it easier for customers to build those sophisticated data pipelines that can handle these massive volumes of data
So they're empowering customers to become more data-driven.
without requiring a team of data engineering experts.
Exactly.
And their governance functionality ensures data quality and consistency across the organization, giving customers peace of mind knowing that their data is reliable and trustworthy.
It's not just about speed and agility.
Right.
It's also about data integrity and compliance.
You got it. And all of these factors create this powerful flywheel effect.
Okay, I like that.
As customers adopt these DSP components, they experience greater usage of their core streaming services, leading to more data insights, better decision-making, and ultimately more business value.
It's a virtuous cycle of adoption growth and value creation.
Exactly. And this cycle is particularly evident in their large customer segment,
Okay.
where CIOs, CTOs, and engineering leaders are embracing data streaming as a strategic imperative.
So it's no longer a niche technology.
It's becoming a core component of these enterprise data strategies.
And Confluent's success in landing and expanding within these large accounts is a clear indication of that shift.
It is, and Confluent's CFO, Rohan Sivaram, he highlighted that their 100K plus ARR customer cohort now accounts for a staggering 90% of their subscription revenue.
Wow, so they're really focused on those high-value customers.
The ones that are driving that significant consumption growth.
Exactly. So what's driving this consumption growth within their customer base?
Well, there's the organic growth within existing use cases as customers process more data through those existing pipelines.
Okay.
And then there's the expansion into net new use cases as customers discover innovative ways to leverage real-time data.
So finding new ways to get value from real-time data.
Exactly. And although it's still in its early stages, there's also the adoption of their DSP offerings within their existing customer base.
So they're cross-selling and upselling, expanding their footprint within these valuable accounts.
Yeah, all of that points to a very healthy growth trajectory.
It does. Now, one analyst noticed a significant sequential increase in Confluent's long-term deferred revenue.
Okay.
which seemed kind of counterintuitive considering their shift towards a consumption-based model.
Right, you would think that that number would be going down.
Exactly. So what's going on there?
So Sivaram clarified that this metric isn't a cause for concern.
Okay.
The increase is primarily driven by the timing of large multi-year Confluent platform deals.
So more of an accounting quirk than a reflection of their business momentum.
Exactly. Their focus on cloud is all about consumption first,
Okay.
not maximizing upfront commitments
So they're prioritizing customer value and flexibility.
over short-term revenue recognition.
That's a customer-centric approach. I like it.
Me too.
Now, another analyst wanted to know how Confluent's sales team has adapted to this new go-to-market model.
Which emphasizes consumption-based selling.
Right. Yeah, it's a big shift, moving away from those big upfront deals.
Yes.
But how are they handling it?
Well, Sivaram pointed out that they achieved significant efficiency improvements in their sales and marketing operations throughout 2024.
Okay.
Their sales and marketing expenses as a percentage of revenue decreased by roughly 6 percentage points last year.
So they're doing more with less?
They are, which is a sign of a well-run operation.
That's encouraging to see.
They're prioritizing efficiency and resource allocation as they pursue sustainable growth in 2025.
It's all about striking that balance between growth and profitability.
It is, and they seem confident in their current sales capacity.
Yeah.
Having made strategic hires in the latter half of 2024 to prepare for their ambitious plans.
They're staffing up for success.
They are.
Now, another analyst had a question about Confluent's multiple deployment options.
Okay.
Dedicated clusters, multi-tenant enterprise clusters, high-throughput freight clusters,
Okay.
and even the ability to run Confluent in their own cloud environment with WarpStream.
Yeah, that's a lot of choices.
It is. So the analyst asked if they ever worry about overwhelming customers with so many options.
Right. Too much choice can be a bad thing.
Sometimes. So what did they say?
Krebs explained that this flexibility is essential to cater to the diverse needs of their customer base.
It's about giving customers choices and finding the right tool for the right job.
Exactly. And they've made a deliberate effort to ensure that each deployment option offers a compelling TCO story,
Okay.
providing customers with the best possible value regardless of their specific requirements.
They're putting a lot of thought into their product strategy.
They are, and during their recent sales kickoff,
Okay.
they emphasized the strength and breadth of their product portfolio to their sales team, equipping them with the knowledge and confidence to navigate this complex landscape.
They're making sure that their sales team is ready to hit the ground running.
Yeah, and they drew a parallel to the evolution of cloud infrastructure offerings.
Nope.
Initial simplicity gives way to a more diverse set of options as the market matures,
Okay.
and customer needs become more sophisticated.
So they're adapting and evolving with the market.
Precisely. And this comprehensive approach is crucial to achieving their mission of capturing a larger share of that Apache Kafka market.
Okay.
They're covering all their bases, ensuring they can address any and all data streaming needs.
It's an ambitious goal, but it seems like they're executing well against it.
They are.
Now, there was a question about whether they're seeing any specific vertical strength with respect to new AI-related projects.
Oh, interesting. Like, are certain industries jumping on the AI bandwagon faster than others?
Exactly.
Yeah. What are they seeing? So Krebs highlighted their success in working with dedicated AI companies
Okay.
like OpenAI and Cursor,
Oh, wow.
which are pushing the boundaries of what's possible with artificial intelligence.
Those are some big names in the AI world.
They are.
So they're the forefront of the AI revolution.
They are, but they also acknowledge that AI is still in its early stages of mainstream adoption.
Okay.
There's a vast untapped market out there,
Okay.
and Confluent is positioning themselves to capitalize on it.
They're betting big on the future of AI.
They are, and so far that bet seems to be paying off.
This conversation about AI led to a broader discussion about the concept of data gravity.
Oh yeah, data gravity. It's the idea that data attracts applications and services,
Okay.
much like physical objects are drawn to a center of gravity.
So the more data you have in one place, the more likely it is that other data-related activities will gravitate towards that location,
Exactly like a data black hole.
pulling everything in.
Yes.
And this concept is particularly relevant in the context of these large data platforms that are constantly vying for data dominance.
It's a data arms race.
It is, with these platforms competing to become the central hub for all things data.
And the analyst wanted to know how Confluent's TableFlow offering fits into this narrative.
Right, especially given its ability to enhance data mobility and break down data silos.
It's an interesting question because Tableflow seems to be working against the forces of data gravity,
Right.
enabling data to flow freely across different platforms.
So are they swimming upstream?
Well, Krebs acknowledged the importance of data gravity, but emphasized that Confluent's focus is on empowering businesses to access and leverage their data regardless of where it resides.
Okay.
They're not trying to lock customers into a specific platform. They're providing the tools to liberate data and make it accessible wherever it's needed,
So they're advocating for a more open and interconnected data ecosystem.
where data can flow freely and insights can be shared across organizational boundaries,
It aligns with the growing trend towards data democratization.
making data accessible to everyone within an organization.
Exactly.
This conversation about data gravity led to a broader discussion about the future of stream processing
Okay.
and its role in the evolving data landscape.
Where is this market headed?
Yeah, and what role will Confluent play in shaping its future?
So what inning are we in the stream processing market?
It's the classic baseball analogy
I know, I love it.
to gauge the maturity of a market.
So what inning are we in?
Well, Krebs didn't hesitate to answer, stating emphatically that we are still in the very early innings of this market's evolution.
We're just getting started.
Yeah, he pointed to the fact that the vast majority of data processing still relies on these traditional batch processing techniques,
Okay.
which are slow, inefficient, and ill-suited for the real-time demands of modern businesses.
So there's a huge opportunity to shift this paradigm.
There is moving from batch to stream, unlocking the power of real-time data.
And that's the opportunity that Confluent is chasing.
That's the one.
And they believe that the rise of AI, the increasing volume and velocity of data, and the demand for more agile and responsive data architectures will all contribute to the explosive growth of the stream processing market.
They're not just riding the wave, they're helping to create it.
It's an exciting time to be in the data streaming space with Confluent leading the charge.
Absolutely. And as this Q&A session revealed, they're not just a technology company.
Right.
They're a thought leader, a visionary, and a force to be reckoned with in this rapidly evolving world of data.
It's clear that they have a very clear vision for the future of data streaming, and they're executing their strategy effectively.
They are.
Welcome back to Talk Tickers. We're wrapping up our deep dive into Confluent's Q4 earnings call. And in this final part, we're going to explore some of their customer success stories and delve into their strategy for the Apache Kafka market. You know, I always find it fascinating to see how this technology is actually being used to solve real-world problems.
Yeah, these customer stories really bring Confluent's data streaming platform to life. And they showcase the versatility of their platform across all these different industries. Let's start with Zazzle, the online marketplace for personalized products. They're all about, creativity and self-expression, but behind the scenes, they're dealing with massive amounts of data.
Yeah, I can only imagine the data deluge from all those clicks and searches and interactions on their platform. How are they making sense of it all?
Well, they turned to Confluent's Apache Flink, offering to optimize their data pipeline, specifically the one responsible for feeding data into Google BigQuery, which is their data warehouse. They wanted to streamline the flow of data from their website to their analytics engine.
So they're processing the data in real time before it even hits their data warehouse.
Exactly. They're not waiting for batch processing anymore.
And what kind of results do they see?
They saw some significant improvements. First, they reduced their storage and computation costs associated with BigQuery.
Okay, so they're saving money.
Yeah, while processing more data. And second, they were able to deliver more relevant product recommendations to their customers.
So they're using real-time data to personalize the customer experience.
Exactly, which is, a key differentiator in e-commerce. It's like having a personal shopper for every customer.
Guiding them towards the products that they're most likely to love.
Exactly. And this is just the beginning for Zazzle. They plan to expand their use of Flink to other data streams, further enhancing their real-time personalization capabilities.
That's impressive. Okay, let's move on to a completely different industry, grocery delivery. Confluent shared the story of a leading European grocery delivery service that has built their entire data architecture on Confluent's platform.
Wow, that's commitment.
It is. This company is using Confluent to power their core operations from order management to delivery logistics. And they're using Confluent Apache Flink, offering to optimize their real-time order management system.
Grocery delivery is all about speed and efficiency. Real-time data is absolutely essential in this business.
They have a very ambitious goal of delivering groceries within 20 minutes of an order being placed.
20 minutes? That's putting Amazon to shame.
It is. So how is Confluent helping them achieve this goal?
Well, Confluent's platform provides them with a unified view of their entire operation.
Oh, okay.
From inventory levels to driver locations, it's like a real-time dashboard that tracks every step of the delivery process.
Yeah, they can see everything that's happening in real time.
They can. And this real-time visibility allows them to streamline their operations, minimize delays, and ensure a smooth and efficient customer experience.
It's amazing how data streaming is transforming even the most traditional industries. Now let's talk about a real data heavyweight, a top 3 Fortune Global 100 telecom customer.
Okay, this is getting serious.
It is Confluent shared that this company is using their platform to stream data from a staggering 70,000 cell towers across the United States.
70,000 cell towers, that's a lot of data.
It is a massive data pipeline. They're using this data to gain real-time insights into network reliability, performance, and usage patterns.
So they're essentially monitoring the health of their network in real time.
Exactly. Identifying potential issues before they impact customers.
And they're not keeping this data to themselves. They're sharing it with their partners and subsidiaries, creating a more connected and efficient ecosystem.
It's all about collaboration and using data to make better decisions.
Right. And this real-time data sharing is enabling them to make faster and smarter decisions about network investments, 5G deployments, and other strategic initiatives.
It's another great example of how data streaming can drive innovation and growth. Let's wrap up our customer success stories with Citizens Bank, a major player in the financial world. They recently made the decision to transition from open-source Kafka to Confluent's data streaming platform.
That's a pretty big endorsement.
It is. What drove this decision?
Well, they were facing challenges managing open-source Kafka.
Okay.
It was a resource strain. It was requiring a dedicated team of 20 employees just for maintenance.
20 employees.
Just to keep it running.
Yeah, and they realized that Confluent's platform offered a more efficient and cost-effective solution.
So they're saving money and freeing up their IT team to focus on more strategic projects.
Exactly. But it goes beyond just cost savings. Confluent's platform is helping them strengthen their digital banking offerings.
Digital banking is all about speed, convenience, and security. Real-time data is crucial in this environment. Absolutely. And Confluent's platform is enabling them to connect data from all these various sources, checking accounts, credit cards, FICO scores in real time.
Wow.
They're getting a holistic view of their customers, which allows them to provide more personalized and relevant services.
I'm sure they're also using this real-time data to improve fraud detection and prevention.
Oh, they are. And the results speak for themselves. Citizens Bank has reduced IT costs by 30%, saved $1.2 million annually by reducing fraud false positives, and they've seen a 20% increase in customer engagement.
That's incredible. Now, beyond these individual success stories, Confluent also provided an update on the broader Apache Kafka market and their strategy for gaining market share.
Okay, what did they have to say?
They emphasized their dominance in the Apache Kafka market, stating that they serve as the real-time backbone for over 150,000 organizations worldwide.
That's a lot of companies relying on their technology.
It is, and they're not resting on their laurels.
Right.
They're constantly innovating, expanding their offerings to cater to a wider range of use cases and deployment scenarios.
So they're not just riding the wave of Kafka's popularity, they're actively shaping its future.
They are. What are some of the key initiatives that they're focusing on?
Well, they highlighted Freak clusters and WarpStream as key drivers of their growth in the Kafka market.
Okay, remind me about those.
So Freight clusters are designed for those high-volume, cost-sensitive workloads.
Okay.
They're targeting use cases like observability, analytics, security, and IoT, where the amount of data can be overwhelming.
They're going after those data-intensive use cases.
Exactly. And then WarpStream, which they acquired earlier this year, allows customers to run Confluent's platform directly in their own cloud environment.
So it gives those customers more control over their data and how it's managed.
Right. They shared an interesting example of a digital native customer who switched from Red Panda to WarpStream and saw a 10x cost savings.
10x.
10x.
That's huge.
Yeah, and they emphasize that every WarpStream deal they've closed since the acquisition has come from their digital native cohort.
Wow. So they're clearly targeting the right customers.
It seems like they're making some really smart moves to position themselves for continued growth in the Kafka market.
They are. From their customer success stories to their strategic acquisitions, it's clear that Confluent is aiming to be the leader in the data streaming market.
They're making a strong case for themselves.
They really are. Well, that wraps up our deep dive into Confluent's Q4 earnings call.
We covered a lot of ground.
We did their impressive financial performance, their strategic partnerships, their innovative product offerings, and their compelling customer success stories.
Yeah, Confluent is firing on all cylinders.
They really are. They have a bold vision for the future of data streaming, and they're executing their strategy effectively.
And as real-time data becomes increasingly critical to businesses across all industries, Confluent is well-positioned to capitalize on this trend.
It's an exciting time to be watching this space. That's it for this episode of Talk Tickers. We'll be back soon with another deep dive into the world of earnings calls. Until then, keep on streaming.